Hello again, next video review. RID Grimlock. Yep, picked him up today at Smith's toy store, along with a couple of other things. Strong Arm, who we've already reviewed, and Power Battler Snarl, which I will get around to reviewing sometime this weekend. Anyway, here he is in the new style packaging. As you can see, I paid the princely sum of $14.99 for him. Again, you look on the back, you've got transformation stuff on there showing you how to do it. You've also got all this stuff here whereby you scan the logo, you download an app, scan the logo, and then it unlocks things in a mobile game. Typical online connectivity going on. So let's not waste any time, let's get on with the review. And here we have him, Grimlock from RID. He's a quite a nice little fella. He's got this obviously the new colours and aesthetic from the show, mostly green and black. He's got this sort of stylistic aesthetic from the show, very angular, sort of vaguely anime style look to him. That's all part of the new aesthetic from the show. Quick size comparison. Got skids again, as you can see, more or less the same size. Skids is probably just a tad bigger, and then I have it shown next to a Voyager figure. No contest there then. Now, articulation. He's got a nice little head sculpt, very sort of tall and narrow, which seems to be the thing with a lot of the characters on this new show. His head has got two joints on it. It actually sits on a pivoting block, but because of this shoulder piece that's round the back, it's only limited to about a 90-degree arc. It can do about 45 degrees to one side, and then the head itself is on a separate joint it's either a pivot or a ball joint, but it's very little movement on it, very, very slight motion. The arms are pivoted there. It's got a pivot there. There is a ratchet on the elbow, but it's only a slight one. They don't quite go forwards 90 degrees, and because the ratchet's quite coarse, as you can see, it's sort of loose in between joints. Does have a bicep swivel, and the hand is on a folding joint, part of the transformation. There is a 5mm peg in the hand, and it will hold weapons. Here is Scorn's sword. It's a 5mm peg. There you go. He can hold a sword. The only thing is about his hands, it's because you've got the dino toes either side, you cannot stick a weapon into his hand that has got an overlap, a la, look at Skid's gun. You can see the peg overlaps, and you try to fit it into the peg, it doesn't go straight in because it's fouling against that. You put it in sideways, well, that way you can. No, can't even do that. See, but it won't rotate. So that's the hands. He hasn't got a waist swivel. It's fixed. He's got a double joint, double pivot, universal pivot, or whatever they call them, on his waist, on his hip. Oh, his legs are coming apart. Got a thigh swivel. It's got a soft ratchet in his leg. And because of this pivot on the back of his leg doesn't quite go back 90 degrees. So his knees are a little limited. And his feet, the foot is pivoted on a notched joint, so it kind of fixed in the flat position, and difficult to get it to go anywhere else. So the ankles are quite limited. So there we go. Not exactly full of articulation joints. It's got the sort of like the minimum required. One thing you can do, or I've found that you can do in dyno mode, you've got the little dyno arms. You can pivot them out to the front. You can then bring his dyno head back, and of course his dyno head has got a thing where you can open and close the jaw, and then I think you can do this. Kind of gives him big shoulder pads. Because you have to sort of tilt him forward a bit for this. And there you have him. A different look. But that's kind of half transformation, half transforming him. So let's get to the transformation. The transformation is okay. It's not too bad. Once you've done it a couple of times, it's quite easy to do. It's a lot easier than all that panel forming on strong arm, I will say. Right, so you start off with the tail. Pull the sides of the tail out on these pivot things. Clip the half of the tail together. Oh no, you've got to pull the back of the tail out, which is inside one of his legs. And click that bit of the tail together. Come over the back. Put the head up. Flatten the feet. And then that's basically the tail done. Then pull the dyno arms forward. Take the shoulders, and they're on a little link. Basically pull it down and it clips in below. Nearly done. And then obviously fold in the fists, turn the feet round. And there we have Grimlock in his dyno mode. It's a quite cute little green dino. Tail's fixed. He has got the chomping jaw. You can move the forelimbs up and down because they're pivoted at the shoulder. And then the legs, obviously you've got the pivot there. You've got the ratchet on his knees, and then you can move them backwards and forwards and in and out. So he's got quite a bit of articulation on his legs. But that's basically your lot. Size wise, comparing with another deluxe dino, put him next to Scorn. Now he does look quite a bit smaller than Scorn. However, that being said, Spinosauruses were sort of bigger than Tyrannosaurs. So even though he's considerably wider, a lot chunkier, that's probably a realistic scale for Tyrannosaur to a Spinosaurus. Another deluxe Tyrannosaur that I've got that I can compare him to is Classic's Grimlock. And as you can see, he's quite a bit smaller than Classic's Grimlock. So there we go. Robots in Disguise 2015 Grimlock. Warrior class, or deluxe class, if you will. He's alright, I quite like him. Another one you should go out and get, but really needs a Voyager version of this, to be sure. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you'll join me next time. Bye.